So you can see here we've got a notification. This particular client has now signed off on their proposal. What you'll see here is a list of their proposals and potential other opportunities that we have going for them. When the client has agreed to the services, you'll have a list of all the different things that they've signed up to. So here we've got the essentials package for £500, and then we have a whole bunch of services that are included as part of that. Now, in my proposal setup, what I did was I linked my services to specific FYI job templates. So on proposal acceptance, what we'll expect to see is that these jobs are actually created in FYI, which Jacob will demo in a minute. But looking at my client here, I have the billing schedule, which shows us all of the services that I could potentially invoice for. So this invoices down here are basically going to deploy automatically every month on the 1st, as we promised. And then I have some services here that I'm going to have to bill manually myself once the work is done. So let's say I've finished my payroll for the month of June. I'm just billing it early. So what I can do is select the service, click invoice now, and this will take me to the invoice screen where I can then just put what it was for, the number of clients, number of payroll employees that I needed to do payroll for, select the payment method on file, click next, and then I can issue the invoice. And that will actually push that invoice across to my connected ledger, which currently is 0. And additionally, I can send the client an invoice notification as well. Now, because the payment method is already attached to this client, we will automatically collect payment on the invoice due date or whatever collection date you set across the account. And so when we jump into my invoices tab, you will be able to see that the client has been billed for the payroll service, and the fees being we're scheduled to be collected in a few days. So we're expecting to collect in a week's time, and it's going to be paid out on around the 26th. And you have a list of all the actions that have happened to that specific invoice. On acceptance, because we had a catch-up amount for that June kind of monthly fee for the essentials package, that has already been captured here, and that went out as soon as the client accepted. So that's the invoicing and payment side of things. And you can also, at the client level, you can also see this along kind of all your client portfolio. So here we have the billing hub, which shows us all of the potential clients that we have and the services to invoice. And you can see I'm actually quite behind in my invoicing. There are a whole bunch of services that are overdue from quite a long time ago, so I need to clean that up. We also show the scheduled invoices. So this shows us all of the different clients and when their next invoice is going to go out for whatever service it is. And I can go in and edit this really quickly if I need to. And then we have the payment screen. So the collection shows us the cash that's coming in the bank and what's been scheduled for collection across the invoices we have in the system. You can also see what's been outstanding, what's failed, so we can take action, and then also what's been paid. And we can also see our expected payouts. And then there's the payout screen as well, which will show us a list of our daily payouts that for the money that's received. Now, in terms of actually setting up my Ignition proposal, as Pag mentioned earlier, what we have is a Ignition MCP, which allows us to connect Ignition to the AI tools that you're using with. So that might be Claude or ChatGPT or potentially Copilot. And I actually prompted it to create the client and also to create the proposal. So as you can see here, here's an example of my prompt. I've just said, can you create the client barking lot dog groomers? And then can you create a proposal using the essentials package FYI template? So the template is in here, and this is one of the quickest ways to actually create a proposal. And you can work with your kind of account manager to kind of set this up in the beginning. But this actually has our pre-configured services and the pricing, which we can update. And all I need to do is click use template, and I can actually draft a proposal consistently across all of my different clients that I might want to offer these services for. So in the background, we have the automation step. So as I mentioned, I have linked a specific Ignition service to an FYI job. And then I've also set who it's going to be assigned to and the dates that the job's meant to start. So with that, I'm going to wrap up with just showing you how great it is to have all of your clients on Ignition. So we have a fantastic dashboard, which actually shows you your activity across the business. So we have some lovely widgets that show you the billing and payments piece. So what are we expected to bill? So we can have a forecast along with our actual budget. We have the payments, so what's scheduled and what is about to come in.